And shifting focus to a piece of breaking news on the very same story, we're given to understand that the Karur town police has now registered a case against the Karur West District Secretary of TVK. This is in connection with the deadly stampede, of course, that we've been tracking for you right from yesterday. Now, the latest in the probe, as far as the probe is concerned, we're getting to understand that the Karur town police has registered a case against a TVK functionary. CNN News 18's Purnima Murli joins us live. Purnima, we see there's another action as far as the probe is concerned.
Well, yesterday there was a complaint registered against Tamilaga Vettri Kazhagam Vijay's TVK, TVK's Karur district secretary, who was in charge of the rally, who was in fact the organizer of this rally in Karur when the tragedy took place. So clearly today he's been booked under 4 sections. We'll have to wait and see how this pans out. But at the moment, Tamilaga Vettri Kazhagam's Karur secretary has been booked and police have confirmed that. So that's the latest development. Meanwhile, investigation continues. The top cops maintain that right now the investigation is on and that we have to wait for further details. However, police protection at Vijay's Chennai residence ever since the tragedy took place. Meanwhile, Tamil Nadu government says the focus is to ensure that the 51 who continue to undergo treatment in Karur hospitals, they should be safe, their lives should be safe. That's the priority. After the investigation is when they will be able to make more comments on this ongoing issue, is what Chief Minister and other ministers from the DMK have maintained so far.
Right, Purnima, thank you so much for all those inputs. We now at CNN News 18 have been able to access the visuals of the exact moment when this stampede broke out. The visuals on your screen right now, you can see these are really chilling, harrowing visuals. The moments when that stampede, the unfaithful stampede, exactly broke out. It has been caught on camera. You can see the crowd tightly packed. There's not even any space to move at all. Shoulder to shoulder as panic suddenly breaks out. This is the kind of condition that was over there. This is, of course, the rally which we're talking about, the rally which was there, TVK Chief's rally. Remember, it's a routine rally which takes place every Saturday ever since his party has been launched. Now, in seconds, people start pushing each other. Some even fall on the ground and others desperately trying to climb over each other. What's worse is the fact that there are no security controls, measures whatsoever. Clearly, there are no barricades, no clear pathways, no entry and exit points which have been marked. This is actually what is being speculated would have led to this tragic stampede. These harrowing visuals where the screaming chaos everywhere. In fact, in the visuals that Purnima Murli, our correspondent, she brought to us, we could see how slippers were scattered all across. An absolute confusion amongst people. They don't know. No information was given to them. And that's a serious lapse on the part of the government, of course, and as well as the rally organizers, which is the TVK. Now, while this happens, there's ruckus and chaos everywhere. You can see it's a very overcrowded venue. Of course, the permission was sought only for 10,000 people. But what we see here and what the ADGP also told the media is the fact that this venue, this rally at least saw the footfall of 27,000. And sadly, this venue did not have the capacity to sort of fit such a large scale of turnout. So this is actually what would have led to the stampede. Now, there's of course ruckus and chaos everywhere. There's no instruction as to where the security points are, where the entry and exit points are. And what we are also given to understand is the fact that there was some kind of misinformation, because TVK chief did not arrive at the time when he was supposed to. He arrived much later, which created, of course, more and more confusion. After which, of course, the injured, the victims, they were rushed to hospital. The Karur Government Medical Hospital is where all of the victims, the survivors, are undergoing treatment right now. Of course, on your screens, Tamil Nadu Chief Minister, he visited the victims. And of course, the families are in complete distraught. In fact, we also played out visuals of her mother who lost her 5-year-old son. These are victims and survivors who have lost their loved ones. And because a party was not competent enough to hold a rally. Now, shifting focus to a piece of breaking news on the very same story. We're given to understand that TVK functionary alleges that sudden power outage is what led to the stampede. Now, the woman who identified herself as part of TVK's women's wing alleged that the abrupt blackout during Vijay's speech caused this widespread panic, this confusion, and there was a desperate rush towards the stage. Listen in.
இது எதிர்க்கட்சியோட சதிதான் 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 விஜய் பேசுறத கேட்கல பவர் கட் பண்ணிட்டாங்க செந்தில் பாலாஜினால பவர் கட் ஆயிருச்சு அவ்வளவுதான் ஸ்பீக்கர் கட் பண்ணிட்டாங்க எதுக்கு ஸ்பீக்கர் கட் பண்ணோம் நாமக்கல்ல எல்லாம் அவ்வளவு நல்லா நடந்துச்சு இங்க ஏன் நடக்க விடல எதுக்கு இத்தனை ஆம்புலன்ஸ் போகுது ஏன் மக்கள் இவ்வளவு தூரம் கஷ்டப்படுறாங்க ஏன் இந்த ஊர்ல மட்டும் இந்த மாதிரி நடக்குது இதுக்கு ஒரு விடிவு காலமே கிடையாதா 2026ல தலைவர் வருவாரு எல்லாத்துக்கும் பதில் சொல்லுவாரு அப்ப இருக்கு எல்லாத்துக்குமே.
And CNN News 18's Purnima Murli joins us live this morning. Purnima, very good morning to you. TVK alleges that this is not because they under-anticipated the kind of turnout that will come, but because it is due to this power outage that they allege.
One of the TVK members who was very much part of the Karur rally had said that just as Vijay was about to speak, there was a power cut and the speaker was cut off, and because they were not able to hear what Vijay was saying, many of them wanted to go closer to hear what he had to say to the people of Karur, and therefore they tried going. But we saw how people were climbing one on top of the other, and that is how chaos erupted, leading to several people in fact fainting, and then many ambulances queuing up. So that is what we have also that is what we've gathered from eyewitnesses who were very much part of that. And here you can see a lot of family members breaking down because their loved ones here. This family has lost a 33-year-old man. This is the mortuary. The families are shattered. They are outside. They've broken down, and they are not able to come to terms with the loss of their loved ones. So these are some of the disturbing images we've been seeing since late last night, and that continues till now. And inside this mortuary is Deputy Chief Minister meeting the families of those who've lost their loved ones. And these are the disturbing images we are bringing to you from Karur Hospital, where families continue to cry. They've been here and they're not able to come.
Apologies for having interrupted you over there. We also have a presser coming in from BJP. Let's listen in.
இன்றைக்குள்ள சிட்டிங் பெஞ்ச் உடனடியாக விசாரிச்சு உடன் நடவடிக்கை எடுத்து தமிழக அரசு ஒரு நபர் கமிஷன் போட்டிருக்காங்க. இதை எப்படி பாக்குறீங்க? 33 வயசு உடனடி நிவாரணம் வழங்கியிருக்காங்க. எங்களை பொறுத்த மட்டும் நான் இப்போ சொல்றது தான், நீதிபதி இன்னைக்குள்ள சிட்டிங் பெஞ்ச் உடனடியாக இதை விசாரணைக்கு எடுத்துக்கொள்ள வேண்டும். நாங்கள் இடத்தெல்லாம் பார்த்துட்டு வந்து கரெக்டாக பார்த்து சொல்கிறோம், விசாரிச்சு
பசங்களா இருக்காங்க.
All right, viewers, now let's break down for you about all of these lapses which were there at Vijay's rally. Now, starting with the very first lapse, of course, the crowd size was 3 times the approved limit. The crowd size at Vijay's rally was shockingly 3 times the approved limit. In fact, this is what created an uncontrollable surge. Now, the second lapse being the fact that around 27,000 people were packed into a venue which was meant for just 10,000 people. This, of course, also led to severe overcrowding at that particular venue, and there were, of course, safety risks. Now, lapse number 3, there was, of course, crowd control measures that were clearly insufficient. with inadequate barriers and poor coordination contributing to such a chaos. Now, lapse number 4 being the fact that traffic management and the movement of the crowd was also very poorly handled, causing bottlenecks and further escalating the dangerous situation. Now, lastly, we're given to understand that there was inadequate medical and police response arrangements in a moment, in a situation where people would expect some kind of a medical aid, even that was denied to them. So these are some of the major lapses that were there at TVK Chief Vijay's rally, which led to such a tragic stampede. Now we have some reactions that we have been tracking for you. Let's listen in.
Total number of dead bodies we received is 39 and inpatient number 52. Only 2 patients are critical on ventilator.
It's heartbreaking. The people were all there and suddenly they are dead because of a stampede. What happened? Who's responsible for this? It is the organizers of this rally who are clearly responsible. 6 hours delay, and this delay was deliberate. Why this was deliberate? Because they wanted to grab a few eyeballs. Why this fancy drone shots of having so many people out there? And that has killed 31 people now. Who's going to answer? Who is going to answer all these things? At the next place, 6 hours delay. And this has been the ploy of Mr. Vijay.
And with that, we slip into a very short break, but don't go anywhere. Lots lined up for you right on the other side.